Hey, beautiful people, it's a wonderful time once again. I'm seriously happy. Though I'm a bit tired. Sincerely, I'm tired today. But I'm happy that I'm here once again on the clinic with Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. And I want to believe that everybody is well, you're good, and you have not stopped keeping safe. You are all welcome once again. And we started a series, I think, for 3 weeks ago. We've been talking about life before marriage, life before marriage. And the first topic we took on the series was how to manage pressure, before marriage. And the second topic we took last week was about what else? I think getting married. Yes, getting married for financial stability. That was the topic we took last week. And we are still going to continue with that series. Life before marriage, what people ought to do, what they ought to know before marriage. So, our topic this evening is self-development before marriage. Self-development before marriage. What area of our lives do we need to develop before we go into marriage? Is it actually important for someone to develop him or herself before marriage? So those are the things we'll be considering this evening. And not to waste too much of time, I would like to introduce our guest to you in person of, well, this is not our first time of appearing on this show. Yeah, this is not the first time. The first time too was, I guess, too around that Valentine period, I think. So that was the first time we had her on our program. So this evening she's back again. We'll be talking about self-development before marriage, and our guest is, her name is Kikiowo Oriade. Yes, Kikiowo Oriade, and you know her already, except if she wants to tell you more about herself. I call her the MD, but most of the time say, "Oh, what am I managing?" Managing director, but most time, like, what am I managing? Please, wherever you are, help me to welcome our guest this evening in person of Kikiowo Oriade. You're welcome, Kiki. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And happy
It's
Sunday to us all.
same here. Happy Sunday to you too. Is there anything you would
Thank you.
like us to know about you? Anything more you would like us to know about you, about who Kiki Oworiade is?
Um, I'm Kikewo Oriade by name. I'm a Christian, and I'm into ladies stuffs. I sell ladies clothes, shoe bags, and all that. So that's it for now.
Is that how you want us to know about you? Okay, if that would be all, that would be fine, really. That would be fine. And we don't want to take too much of time because we started not quite long now. And we said the topic we'll be treating is self-development before marriage. Now, let me introduce the clinic to us once again. This is what I've always said because most sometimes people have said to us, you stop talking about what the clinic is. Yes, the clinic is a platform where we help the youth and young adults to maintain virtue while breaking limits. That is what we do on the clinic with Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. And aside that, we catch the children young by giving them the right orientation about life. That is what we do on the clinic. And this evening, we said the topic we are treating is self-development before marriage. And we have our guests with us in person of Kiki Oworiade. And we have some questions. I'm sure she's ready for us. Our first question to you, Madam Oriade, is everyone gets married. Sorry, I'm actually taking the question for last week. Yes, let me take our question for this week. The first question for you is, what is self-development before marriage? What is self-development before marriage? Please let us know.
Okay, okay, ma. Thank you. To my own understanding, self-development is a process by which um a person's character, ability, or thinking are gradually developed. When you develop, you work more on your ability, you work more on your character and your thinking, the way you reason. You develop, you understand, you have to you develop it, you work more on it. And also is a personal change. Self-development is a personal change, and it involves new capability. You understand? To do things in a better way. You've been doing it before. Maybe you've been doing things in a way, and it's not giving you you yourself, you know that this is not really giving you a good result. So you study yourself, you know yourself, so and you work on it. You understand? And when we it also means acquiring new information about what can affect one's life positively. You acquire new information. You go, we are in the century of there's internet now. We make use of internet now. So you develop yourself, you acquire new information that can help one's life, maybe maritally, career-wise, you understand? So one need to develop his or herself. And also self-development is taking a positive steps always. You take positive steps always. And also one can develop him or herself by doing self-examination always. You know
Hmm.
yourself very well. I know myself than you know me. You No one can tell you, okay, this is you. You know yourself. So you do self-examination from time to time to check yourself, and to know, to identify your good, your weakness, your strengths. You understand? And you actually work on it. That is what we call self-development. You understand? Is you identify your bad habits, your good habits, and you develop, you work more on it to do what, to get a better result, whether maritally or career wise, socially, emotionally, and maybe spiritually. You understand? You work more on yourself to get a better result.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Kiki. I really appreciate all your comments. I really appreciate it. But while you're talking, something was really coming to my mind. I was like, okay, must it only be because we want to get married that we must develop ourselves? Because the topic we're treating is self-development before marriage. So if the answer you gave is, what if your definition about what self-development is before marriage? So that means it cuts across different facets of life. So must it only be that whole? Because I want to get married. That is why I have to like sit myself down for me to examine myself so that I can get better. So how can you
Not
explain that?
Not at all. It shouldn't be because of marriage. You understand?
Okay.
He said all things work together for good. You have to, even without marriage, one must be able to know he or herself. You must be able to know what you stand for and prepare. You must be able to prepare yourself and develop yourself for the future task. You plan, you set your goals. So, and to achieve some goals these days is not really easy. So you need to work more on yourself to develop. You need to develop your capacity, ability, your ability. You understand, to be able to get a better result in anything you put in for. It's not really based on maybe marriage alone. No, your career
Hmm.
is there. If you're in a marriage and your career is sovereign, it will surely tell on your in your marriage. It will tell. It will.
Hmm.
And also you develop your financial capability, also your social capability. You understand, you work in every aspect of your life. It shouldn't base on marriage alone. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be, okay, this is because I want to get married, let me prepare myself, let me prepare how to attend to my in-laws and all that. You are getting it wrong. We actually need to prepare. We should carry our everything along. Every aspect of our life should be carried along. We should not neglect one because we are actually going to suffer for it. If you are saying because, okay, I want to go into marriage, and you leave your career, you don't pursue, you don't develop yourself career wise, you are going to, so one is going to suffer for it. So I think every aspect of one's life should do what? Should experience development. We should be able to develop ourselves in every aspect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ikioworiade. Thank you so much. I love your contribution and your answer. They are very apt. But I want to go further. If what you said now is, self-development cuts across different facets of one's life. It's not only for marital, for you to get married. That's why you have to develop yourself. It's not only for that. It's cut across different facets of one's life. So why of what importance is then self-development to marriage?
Okay.
Do you get the question of what importance then is self-development before marriage? Why is it important for you to develop yourself before marriage?
Okay, I think the truth there is one need to develop herself or his or herself before marriage, just to make the journey of marriage to be enjoyable and successful one. I think that's what everybody is aiming at. Okay, I want to have a beautiful home. I want to have a beautiful marriage and all that. I want my marriage to be different from those ahead of me. So you need to prepare. So self-development is very important because it helps us grow and also to become that person. It helps us to acquire that home that we desire to have. But if we just sit and we cross our leg and we just expect, no, things will not work that way. So we really need to work on ourselves, and it's very, very important for us to do what? To be able to enjoy our home, to be able to enjoy our marriage, to be able to have a successful marriage. And it also helps our confidence. We need confidence. There are some marriage is just like I think is phases. You understand? It's a lifetime project. That okay, so we need to develop ourselves. We need to develop our mental health. You understand? So that it will help us to face anything. Self-development will help us in all areas of life. You understand? It will change the way we think about things. Because I must tell you the truth, there are some of us that already have some negative mindset about marriage and all that. Maybe due to what is happening around us, due to what we are seeing every day and all that. But if we just sit and cross our leg, things will continue to be getting worse. But when we develop ourselves, I think we'll be able to enjoy a successful marriage, a beautiful home, a peaceful home. And also it enhances our chances in life. You understand? It enhances our chances in life. When we develop our self, it enhances our chances in life. Things is not going to happen it's not going to be in same pattern. Maybe when what is happening in our family, the way marriage is being, you understand. But you sat down and you observe all those things and you work on yourself, either secretly or openly, or you understand, going for seminars, reading books, and you develop your mind. You actually build your mind. That means your marriage is not going to be like all those negative ones around you. You understand? So it helps us to achieve, to be that parents, to be the parents that a child will actually, I want a parent that the child will be proud of, that, okay, this is my parents, this is my wife, this is my husband. And, it's help us to like, okay, to develop, to be a woman that every man will like, okay, I wish this woman can be my wife. I wish this man can be my husband. It's not a day job. That means the person has actually take time to work on his or herself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kikyo. I really appreciate it. But several things was coming to my mind, and I guess it's going to be a take home for me. I'm married, but since we've seen that self-development actually cuts across different facets of life. And she said something that you need self-development, because going into marriage is a journey on its own. It's actually a journey. So for you to go into that marriage, number one, because the person you're getting married to, you've never lived together all your life. You have never lived together. So you really need, if you are the kind of person that you get angry at everything, you are the type that gets angry at everything. So this is the time for you to develop your emotion. It's the time for you to really work on yourself, your emotion, so that not at every little thing you just snap at every little thing, you just flare up. That is one aspect of it. And I think another aspect of it is in the area of finance. Maybe you are the type that is not even prudent in spending. You are not prudent in any way. And of course, probably the money you've been getting, you feel that, oh, it's for me and me alone. That is what you've been doing all your life with your finance. So this time around, you're going into marriage. It's no longer me and me and me alone. There'll be some time that things, life do happen. Sometimes things might be difficult in the home. You should, if you have been able to develop yourself in the area of finance, how to spend money, how to be prudent, then you'll be a woman that will be able to like support your husband when life happen, or you'll be the kind of man that will be able to support your wife when life happens sometimes. Maybe probably you're the type that you feel that, oh, I have all my time to myself. Nobody, this is my time, and I have to like use it the way I want to use. Then you're going into a marriage that now is now you, and when the children are coming, how will you be able to manage all of these things? You have assignments for the children. You have to wake up, take the children to school. You have to cook, take care of the home, take care of your work that you're going, your place of work, and your husband, how to combine everything together. So you have to really work on your time as well. So for me, those are the areas, at least for now, that I know you can really, really work on yourself, because you are going into marriage. Because like she said, self-development cuts across different facets of life, and different facets of life are the life that you are going to live in your marriage. So that is the reason why we all need self-development before marriage, and it's very, very important. Like somebody said, self-development is key before marriage. Thank you so much, Ikiowa, and I hope I have not taken your shine or taken your time. Thank you so much. Now our next question to you is, what aspect of one's life should undergo development? If I knew that was the next step, I don't think I would have spoken.
Thank you, Ma. We need to develop ourselves physically. Let's take, for instance, as a lady, you cannot take care of yourself properly. You are still using a room, and yes, you cannot take care of that room. You cannot set it, like, you understand, as a single. So how is it going to be when you get into marriage? How are you going to manage like 3-4 rooms? You understand? How are you going to cope? So I think we need to develop ourselves, not only ladies, or even men also. Guys, you need to work on yourself. Like, some guys, they don't just care, they drop clothes anyhow and all that. They don't care about their personal, their space. No, we need to, those are the little things that cause that. Though I'm not a married woman though, but with experience and what we have been hearing, those are the little things that normally cause issues in marriage. Maybe your spouse is the type that like everywhere to be tidy, and you are the type that you just, when you are back from work, you just throw your clothes anywhere, drop your bag anywhere. You understand? So we need to develop ourselves in that aspect too. Everything is not about and work and all that. Learn how to take care of your home, develop yourself on how to manage your space. The little space you're having right now, you should be able to take care of it before going into marriage. You understand? And also spiritually, you cannot pray for yourself. If at this time you cannot pray for yourself, you are still the Holy One, you are still single, and you cannot pray for yourself, how are you going to handle family? Before you pray for your husband, you pray for your wife, you pray for your children and all that. If you don't start now, it's going to be difficult. if you don't manage the little time you have now, you are is there's no, I don't think there's any magic that one can perform. So we need to prepare our mind spiritually also. Learn how to talk to God, learn how to take things to God. Because in marriage, we are going to see, as in, I think maybe double. So one needs to work on his or her spiritual life also, develop it also, and also socially. Maybe you are the type that doesn't like party and all that, and maybe your spouse is someone that I love going to party and all that. So, okay, let me take for myself. I'm this kind of person that doesn't like going for party. You understand? Even if I follow you, oh, it will just be. I'll just sit there. I will not even say anything. You know, but it gets to a point I started telling myself, Oriade, you are not getting younger anymore. You understand? Like, okay, I started attending party. If I go to party, I may not even eat, but at least I will show up. You don't know what will come across in our marriage. Maybe our spouse is going to be someone that, okay, a party type and all that. I'm not saying we should spend all our time on going to party and all that. So our social life should also, we should also develop that, at least to an extent. And also our our aspiration in life, the determination to succeed, we need to work on it, that whether the devil like it or not, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to make it. You understand? We need to work on our aspiration also, our determination to succeed. We all see what is happening around, maybe since last year, and the economic and all that is just somehow. And I know maybe by now some home will have been undergoing some kind of tough time and all that. How do you manage it? So we need to develop our emotion, our health also. We should be able to take care of our health now. We should be able to take care of our health. We should develop on our, know what your body system wants, know what it doesn't want. You understand? Like what affects you. You should be able to know, so that when you get into marriage, that one will not cause, okay, this is what I take, this is what my system like, this is what I don't like. I don't like taking much water. I don't. So you develop all this thing is still self-development. You study yourself, know yourself better than any other person. And also we should be able to, our ability to honor, we should be able to honor, to be submissive. Some of us, we call it self-esteem, but it's actually pride. Me, I don't take this, I don't take trash, I don't take that. No, we should be able to work on ourselves also. We should be able to develop ourselves in that area. We should be able to be submissive to our spouse, to our partner. We should be able to we should be able to show some sign of respect to people around us, to people we are staying with, maybe in the church or in the neighborhood. If you cannot do that, when you get into marriage, you're actually going to have problem, maybe with your in-laws and others, like, this one, she's so proud, this and that. So some people call it self-esteem, but they're actually mixing the two together. You understand? So one should be able to be able to honor and reverence your partner, work on that. And also, I've talked about health. We should take care of our health. We should develop our health financially, also finance. You are the type that spent anyhow. You don't take record of everything, of things. You just collect your salary and spend it anyhow you like and all that. And maybe your spouse is someone that, okay, maybe if he or she buy 10 naira something, really want to record it and all that. Okay, how much did I spend this month and all that? I think sincerely, if we can develop ourselves to that level, it will even help us, even as a single. It will help us, because there are some of us don't even have savings. We spend anyhow. The way we see this money, that's, oh yeah, this is what is raining now, bone straight, this and that. You just spend money unnecessarily, and this is going to affect us in marriage. So we need to develop ourselves in that aspect also. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you so much. She has really, really said a lot. She has really, really said a lot. The aspects of our lives that we need to develop before marriage. She talks about adding values to our life. Some people don't be too proud. Learn to respect each other. Learn to be accountable. Yes. So every money you have, learn to be accountable. You just don't spend anyhow. Do you understand? Those are the things she said. And take care of your health too. We need to take care of ourselves health wise. You that for now you really do not take care of yourself, you just everything goes. But when you get married, of course, it's not only your own life that you're managing now, you're managing everybody in that home, everybody in that family. You are managing them. So you have enough burden on your head. So, and all these things can really get you down. It can really weaken you. So if you are not strong elsewise, how will you be able to do all these things? So you should learn to manage different facets of your life and develop yourself. So those are the things she has been able to tell us. And I'm really, really happy. Thank you so much, Miss Kikiowo Oriade. Now, our
Thank you.
next question to you. You've been able to tell us some aspects of our lives that need development before marriage. But what are the other aspects that will be left till after marriage?
Hmm.
These are the aspects before marriage. So, what other aspects do you think we can leave before marriage, till after marriage?
Well, I don't think we should leave anyone till after marriage.
Okay.
You understand? Is I don't know how to say this. Is what you have. Is what you have that you are going to give. You cannot give what you don't have.
Okay.
So I don't think we should leave any aspect of our life untouched. Maybe before marriage, we need to work on it, be it career, anything like I've said earlier. Work on your everything. We need to work on everything because it's what we have that we are going to apply, that we are going to use. I don't know, and there's one this Yoruba proverb that say "Nkan tí ẹyẹ bá jẹ ló máa gbé fò." You understand? Is what you have inside of you that you are going to give. You cannot give what you don't have. So I think we need to touch every aspect of our life because everything actually works together for good. If you leave one, it's going to affect the other one. If you neglect your spiritual life, it's going to affect your career. If you leave your career, it's going to, you understand? You said, okay, you're a believer and you don't work on, okay, you said you're a believer, you are trusting God for this and that, and you just sit at home without doing anything, without making any move. God is not a magician. So you make move, you develop yourself, you set goals, plan. Okay, this is what I want to do. So I don't think there's any aspect of our life that we should leave till after marriage. I don't think there's any. To me personally, I think we need to work on every aspect of our life. We need to develop ourselves so that we'll get things will be easy for us when we get into marriage because I understand that a marriage is another word entirely. So we need to plan ahead, we need to prepare our mind, our spirit, soul, and body need to get prepared for the journey, for every phases in marriage. So I don't think there's any aspect of our life that should be left without we um not developing it or at all. So we need to work on ourselves on every aspect of our lives. We need to touch it and develop
Thank you
it.
so much, Kikiowo. Thank you. You can see that I was just giggling, laughing while you're talking. A message came to my phone now, and I quickly read it. What came there was what you're saying. That that this person is saying that if we must, there is no every aspect of our life must be developed before marriage. Then what about the sexual aspect of our life? Knowing that you do not, yeah, that was what the person said to me. What of the sexual aspects of your life? Must we develop that too before marriage? And if that is true, how will you do that? It's a question I didn't ask. Somebody sent to my phone now, so I'm sending it to our guests to answer. I know the answer, but I want you to answer before I can say anything to that, please.
The sexual aspect, I think it still deals with self-control. We should be able to
Okay.
control ourselves. You understand? It's still part of self-development. You
Hmm.
understand? Because if you cannot control your urges and all that, I don't think there's any point. So it's still part of the self development. You need to be able to control your sexual urge and all that. You understand? So that you don't just mess up yourself around even before marriage. And I think anyway, I don't want to go into that because I'm still single. So let me just stay on my own path. You
On
understand? We
your
just
name.
need, yes, let me stay on my lane because I'm not married yet. So we need to develop our mind, our emotion, because at times, as woman, you want to feel like, okay, this about, it's not left to us to do what? To control ourselves, to tell yourself, no, this is not right, no, this is bad, no, this is going to, you understand, cost me this and that. So it's still part of self-development. One have to have self-control. I think even in marriage, you should be able to have self-control, because not even on a sexual urge alone, if you don't have self-control, you just be messing up yourself around and then getting it wrong and all that. So I think one should be able to control his or herself as single and all that.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Kiki. I love the in-depth of your answer. Because when the person sent it to me, I was like, okay, fine. I personally, because some people will tell me, Tosin, it's because you're a Christian, that's why you're talking this way. Yes, it's because I'm a Christian, and there are some values that I feel I should not take out of my life, which is true. I personally don't believe in sex before marriage. I don't believe it before. Or some people believe it and they are doing it. That is with them and their life. That I
Yeah.
personally is a no to me. That is it. To me is a no. But when the person now sends the question that, okay, if you said self-development, every aspect of your life has to be developed before
Yeah.
marriage. So
Marriage.
what of the sexual aspect of it? Fine. I don't know if the person believe in sex before marriage. That is the person. Because some people will tell you that if you don't sleep with this person, you don't sleep with that person. How will you know if you don't have sex before marriage? How will you know? Or how will you know that your partner is active sexually? So that aspect of your life has to be developed. That is what some people will tell you. That I personally do not believe in that. That is it. I do not believe in that. But I love the angle at which Kiki brought in now. That is still part of self development. That you have to, like, have self control. You be able to control yourself in different facets of life, which makes sense. Because if you don't have self control over sexual urge, you understand? The
Yes,
self
ma'am.
control that, because it's that same self control that we have, that you have over sexual urge, is that same self control that we have over money that is not yours, that is restricting you from
Yes.
stealing. Is that self control that you have that is helping you not to beat children? Which, because is some people is they will call it child
Yeah.
abuse. So because that self control is the one that is actually restricting you from doing all that. So if you can have self-control from stealing, you can have self-control not to steal, you can have self-control not to beat your children because it's self-abuse, you can have is child abuse, you can have self-control over different things. Why not these two before marriage? Do you understand?
Mm.
Because if you say I
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
sleep with this, I want to sleep with that, I want to sleep with that. What else? Like some boys will tell you, what else is remaining for my wife to bring home for me? That is it. So thank you so much. That's why I said I love the in-depth of your answer. Thank you so much. We need to have self-control, so we need to develop ourselves by having self-control. That's very good. Thank you so much. Now, our next question to you, Miss Oriade, is mm, can one ever be prepared enough for marriage?
Mm. I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
I would say no. Okay, because I believe that marriage is a lifetime project.
Okay.
And, in which anything can come up at any time along the line. You understand? So you don't say, okay, you can't even say you are prepared. You can't even say you are well prepared until you get into the race, until you get into the marriage. That is when you are going to know, okay. And even though you have prepared yourself before another, you still need to learn, you still need to develop yourself. You understand? We still need to develop ourselves and all that. This day will see some you see
Okay,
couples
ma'am.
going, yes, ma. You see couples going for marriage seminars, going for counseling and all that. I don't think that one is for fun. I think it's just for them to be able to handle every aspect, every phases in their marriage. They say there's a saying that says love is blind, but marriage we open the eyes. You understand? Because you don't know your partner from Adam. You don't know you don't really, you have not been staying together before. You are not brought up in same home. You are I don't know, you are not brought up in same background and all that. So you all have different background and all that. So there are still some things that you are still going to, you understand, to learn, to develop again, maybe in the marriage. You understand? So that's why I think that's why you see some marriage counselors and all that, and that's after marriage. So they go for couples seminar and all that. You understand? I think all those programs is for them to handle their marriage, for them to have a peaceful home, for them to have the home that they really desire to have. You understand? Though it's still part of development. So we can't say, okay, before I get married, I'm prepared this and that. No, even after marriage, the race still continue. As in, you can't just say, okay, you are well prepared and all that, or that's all. No, you still have to keep, because every phase is just like a school. Let me put it, it's just like a school. You know, for you to have a better result, you need to prepare for another for the next level. You can't say because you read for 100 level and okay, that what you've studied in 100 level is going to carry you through to 200 level. No, you have to prepare every level, every phases. You have to prepare yourself. You have to develop yourself again for another stage. Okay, this is me and my husband now. Okay, how do I manage me and my husband and all that before you started having children? You know that when children start coming in, that's another phase. You need to develop ability to to care for your children, to care for your husband, to handle your job is there. If you are not a full housewife, I don't think people are doing that anymore these days. You understand? So you need to develop your strength, your ability to be able to handle that steps. You know, the area of mother-in-laws and all those things. You understand? Though I'm still single, but at least I think we see to relate well with those people, to have a peaceful marriage and all that. You still need to develop some things or some things in you to be able to cope with people that you are with your new family. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Kikyo. I understand the darkness around there. I understand this. So it's just the parts of the world that you have now, that the electric,
Yeah.
there is don't let me say up Nepal. You understand it. So let me just leave it the way it is. Now we like the answer she gave to us, we cannot be prepared enough before marriage because we keep getting better and better and better by the day. Like people will say, the day you stop learning, that is the day you die. Do you understand?
Mm.
Anyone that stops learning, that means it's only dead people that are not learning any longer. So you keep developing yourself. Even the Bible that most people read, do you understand? It says God's mercy are new every morning, is a daily renewal. Thank you so much. Now our next question to you, we have two more questions to you for you before we call it a date. The next question is, should self-development be done just to make marriage easier?
No, no. Marriage is just part of it. Even without marriage, one must be able to know. Like I've said before, you must be able to know what you want before, even maybe before or in marriage. You must be able to know what you want and also prepare yourself for it. You prepare for we prepare ourselves for the future. It's not for okay, maybe okay, I'm preparing myself only for marriage. No, like I said, if you are okay, if all we are after is marriage, every other thing is going to is we are going to be get it wrong. But for everything to work together, for us to get a better, like for us to get that life that we wanted to have, that home, that life, that goals that we have, we need to develop ourselves, not only for marriage. It shouldn't be marriage alone. Because of marriage, our career should not suffer. Okay, no, I'm married, oh, and this and that, and it's me and my husband now. No, we should be able to carry every aspect of our life. We should be able to carry everything along. It should not be okay in marriage alone, but every aspect of our life. We must be able to develop ourselves. It shouldn't be based on marriage. Okay, it's only marriage, and no, we are getting it wrong in that way. So we need to work on every aspect, on everything. Okay, our work, our spiritual life, emotion, and everything. We need to work. We need to develop ourselves. So that is not only for marriage and all that. I think we are getting it wrong if that's our mentality that okay, let me just develop myself because of marriage. That means I don't want to use the word okay, maybe just pretense or something like that. I don't want to use that. Means okay, let me be doing this so that Mr. Lagbaja will see me that you understand. And after the marriage, what else? What do you have to offer? After marriage, what next? What do you have to offer your husband or your wife? And I don't think I don't think anybody wants to marry a liability or anything. You need to add values to your marriage. You need to add values to your partner. You understand? You continue, and it's what you have that you are going to give. So if all our thinking, our mentality is based on marriage alone, we are getting it wrong. I think we need to develop ourselves. We need to prepare our mind for everything. We need to prepare our mind. We need to carry ourselves along in the journey of life, not only on marriage alone, but every other aspect, every other thing should not suffer because of marriage. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Kiki. I really love the angle at which you brought it forth. It's good. Take yourself. That I was just thinking that, okay, if I know that the way people have been saying that, oh, so marriage is this, marriage is that, marriage is that. If it's just for my marriage to work, if it's just for my marriage to work, I just want my marriage to work, I think that's not too bad in you developing yourself to make your marriage easy. That is me, sincerely. That is me. So I think from that aspect, I just want this marriage to work. I want my marriage to work. So I can do it for that purpose as well. At least for things to be easy for me. Do you understand? So to me, I think in that aspect, maybe it could and it could not. So I think the answer both of us have given, I think is
Yes, that
relative.
means everything one will be able to carry every other thing along also, because
Exactly.
for your marriage
Exactly.
to work you needed to develop yourself. And yes, I understand. I get the point,
Thank you
ma.
so much. I love the answer somebody gave now that finding yourself before marriage is important. It makes the relationship to have a good foundation, which makes a
Yes.
lot of sense. That means both of us are right. Thank you so much, Kiki. Before we finally call it a date on this evening's program, because of some electrical problems at your hand, I would like to ask the final question, and the question is, what advice would you like to give to the unmarried out there that are thinking one day definitely I want to be married to? So, what advice would you like to give to them in respect to the topic we're treating this evening, self-development before marriage?
Okay, ma. My advice to the youth, sincerely, we just need to work on ourselves before marriage comes in. Okay, you are expecting marriage. Is what are the values you are adding to yourself now? So we need to add values to our life, to ourselves. We need to develop new skills. You understand? Add to what you have before. Maybe educationally, you have your masters and all that. Okay, since marriage is not showing forth and you are working, you should be able. Okay, let me put in for my PhD or something. Yes, it's part of it. It's part of self-development. So you put in for that. Maybe along the way, if marriage comes up, fine. I'm very sure if marriage comes up along, your partner is going to, oh, he or she is going to support in his or her own little way. You understand? So we should not just sit down. We should not fold our hands that, okay, I'm just waiting for marriage. And no, we should add value. Let's go out. There are so many things out there that we can do. We can learn so many skills this day, you understand, maybe online or physically. Let's go. Let's add value to ourselves. Maybe because, okay, you are a graduate and you don't want to go. No, there are some little things that we can learn, maybe hairdressing or any other. Yes, it's part of self-development. You might not even use it to work, but when you start having children, maybe you have a baby girl, you'll be able to make your hair for your baby girl and all that. You understand? The money that you'll be using to make hair for that girl, it's part of it. That one will be coming to your purse. So it's part of self-develop. So we should work on ourselves. Let's get information. You understand? Let's seek for what will make our life better, what will make our marriage work, even than the one we have been seeing around us and all that. So we should work on ourselves. We should develop on ourselves. We should read book, pray more. As a youth, we should pray more, learn how to save, plan for the future. Don't depend on, okay, maybe my husband is going to. No, have your own savings too. Add value to your or to people around you also. Don't say, okay, they be. No, even if it is little, add values to people's life, because in marriage is going to tell on you. You understand? You are the type that, okay, you cannot let go of your 10 naira, of your 5 naira. No, I want to save. No, I'm not saying we should spend carelessly. No, but we should be able to add values to people's life. Let them feel our impact.
Wow. Our network has all right. Thank you so much, Kiki.
Hello, ma.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. We thank you for the honor that you really given to us this evening to attend our program this evening, despite some technical issues from your end. But yet we appreciate the honor. In conclusion, before we finally call it a date on this evening's program, like the advice you gave to us, don't put life on hold just because you're waiting for marriage. Don't put your life on hold. Don't say, oh, until when Mr. Chami comes, until when the right lady comes around, that is when I will do something. No, like somebody rightly puts here that you need to be on equal footing with your partner to earn respect. Development helps you to get on track. Finding yourself before marriage is important. It makes the relationship to have a good foundation. Develop yourself. You don't need a man to complete you. You don't need a woman to complete you. Like Bible that me I'm always reading, it says two will become one. It's not half that we become one. It's not half. It's not half you or the half person that you become one. Two people, two complete people, we become one. So complete yourself before marriage. Don't look for any man or woman to complete you. Don't put life on hold before marriage. Develop yourself in different facets of your life. And I'm sure at the end of it, you'll be glad that you did before you went into the marriage. Thank you so much, our guest in person of Ikio Warrior Day. Really appreciate it for the honor you gave to us. Like you honor, we don't take honor for granted on this platform. You would have been probably using your time for something else, but yet you honor us and you came on board. We say a big thank you to you, and to all our viewers this evening. We say thank you for always coming online to watch this program. We really thank you so much. And this is why we're calling it a date on this evening's program. Till we meet again next week, and definitely we are continuing the series on life before marriage. Yes, we're still going to continue next week. So I guess next week is about how to manage your crush, because a lot of our singles now, most of our youths now, they are talking about crush. Oh, he has a crush on me, I have a crush on her, you know, all those words. So how do we manage crush? That is what we'll be treating next week. So till we meet again next week, I remain my humble self and your loyal friend Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. Till then, stay blessed and bye. Bye everyone. Bye.